Hello, my loves. I have so much to share today. So much. For the last almost 2 weeks, I've been going through something in my throat and in my chest and in my lungs. Maybe you could notice it in my voice. And it's been day after day after day after day. So many synchronicities happening, all of them guiding me towards expressing my truth and my voice honestly, vulnerably, and authentically and powerfully through my heart. And today I thought that maybe I wouldn't, I was wondering if I was going to go live today, because today I felt a little bit more sick and needing to rest and recover and take care of my body and my health. And yeah, I was like, this is interesting, because now there's this momentum in my life where I've been going live every single day, and it feels like weird if I don't go live. It feels like I have so much to say and things get left off if I don't share about them every day. And so, yeah, I was pondering if I would come here live or not. And then something caught my attention out of nowhere. And I have a lot to share today. So welcome, brothers, and welcome, sisters. And buckle up, because this is going to be an intense one. Today, I want to talk about something just happened literally just a few minutes ago, that I was like, okay, this is it. I'm going live right now. I need to talk about this right here, right now, as it is fresh in my reality. And so I want to talk about, and let's just dive right in. I want to talk today about the witch wound. In the spiritual, conscious, whatever you want to call it, community, we talk about the witch wound a lot. And I want to talk about the witch wound on social media nowadays. How the witch wound plays out on social media nowadays. And I also want to relate that with spiritual comedy and laughing about certain things and making fun of certain things. And then I want to talk also about the power and vulnerability in sharing our gifts on social media, and also the importance of creating safe online spaces. So if you're here with me, let's dive right in. Social media is like posting on social media is like having a public store that is open for everyone to come in and watch your videos and watch what you are about and what you are offering and sharing. But this means that you don't really choose the audience and the public and the clients that come into your space. And especially for people who are very sensitive energetically, who are awake, who are sensitive and who have gifts to share, it can be a very vulnerable place to be in, to be so open and transparent and raw and authentic, sharing ourselves when we cannot choose who comes in and who stays out of our space. Social media is this space that is open for everyone. Anyone can watch my videos. They are out there. Hey Sylvia, welcome. Sylvia, this is a really good one. I'm excited for you to be here with me and to hold this space with me. So thank you for being here. Whenever we post something on social media, we have to have the power to be visible, the authenticity to be ourselves, and the bravery to deal with other people's projections. Because on social media, it's like I can choose who I follow, but I cannot choose who follows me. Of course, there are nuances to this, and of course, you can delete people and block people and stuff like that, but I feel you get what I'm saying. That when you post a video, you cannot necessarily choose who is able to watch it and who isn't. It's just open and available to anyone and everyone. What does this mean? This means that energetically, we are open to receiving people who resonate with us, but also to receive people who might judge us or not get us or want to attack us or make fun of us or whatever, in whatever way. And I'm sharing this because just a few minutes ago, I became aware that a friend of mine whom I haven't spoke to in some years was sharing her gifts on social media, and some other people, which I actually also love watching them, they do like comedy stuff, you know, made a video making fun about her and her gifts. And this is why I want to correlate and interconnect all these topics. The topic of social media is like having an open store that is open for everyone and anyone, and you cannot choose who gets to enter and who gets to stay out. And so the witch wound comes up on social media, where most of the people who are extremely sensitive or psychic or have gifts or abilities or are just visionaries or artists or are just like literally different than the crowd, it's very difficult for them sometimes to show up, because they already know, we already know the witch wound. We already know that some people will not get us. So it's scary to show up. It's scary for some of us to show up sharing our light language, sharing our psychic intuitive gifts, sharing our energy healing. Hey brother, thank you for being here. Because we know some people will get us and some people will judge us. And other people can even make fun of us. And other people can literally, energetically and psychically attack us. And so there is this contrast and this nuance and this paradox with nowadays like healers and gifted people, that it's time for us to share on social media, to be visible, to be authentic, to share our gifts. While at the same time we know the amount of judgments and ridicularization, I don't know if that's the word, but when people make fun of you, and energetic attacks that also can happen at the same time. So it's like you open yourself, you open your store, your social media space, your energy field literally for everyone. And that can be very scary, especially when you are unsure of yourself, especially when you are extremely sensitive to other people's energies and projections, especially when there is a possibility of someone making fun of you. I know how scary that can be. And honestly, when I saw that thing about those people making fun of my friends, I was like, this is exactly why. And I know most of you speak English, but I am Portuguese and I live in Portugal. And when I watched it, I was like, this is exactly why. For all these years, I have made videos in English, but I haven't been able to bring myself to make the same kind of videos in Portuguese. Because a part of me feels unsafe to do so. Because I know and I can feel that some people will benefit from my videos and other people will judge me and make fun of me. You're also Portuguese. Okay, that's so funny. Because most of the people here just speak English and this is how we communicate. And I was so, like, I had this thing that came up and like I was tired You can maybe notice that my voice is still a little weird. I was tired and resting, and that gave me this fire of like, I need to speak about this. I shall be the voice for those who are judged and made fun of, when I know that they truly have gifts to share. I know how that feels like. And I will not let that happen on my watch. I know so many of my friends and so many people who have gifts, who are so sensitive and psychic and intuitive and magical, that don't share more on social media because they know some people will not get it. Some people will make fun of them. And so they hide in their dragon caves. And you know, hiding in our dragon caves with fear of being judged or made fun of, this is what we call the witch wound. There were lives when we were tortured and killed for this. There were lives when we had to tell on our sisters and brothers to save our own lives and our own families. And even if I'm getting again too woo-woo and too spiritual talking about past lives and witch wounds, I feel even people who are not this sensitive can get what I'm saying. Thank you, brother, and thank you, Sylvia. And this is the thing then. I get the spiritual comedy. I get that sometimes when you're just on Instagram and you see a video of someone doing light language and like dancing or like moving their hands in a certain way or doing Kundalini activations or whatever, that it can look or sound kind of funny. I get that. I get the spiritual comedy aspect of all of it. And it's also nice that we get the humor of it. So I get that. I don't judge that. I get it. And I know it can be funny. And sometimes I make fun of myself. And sometimes people who love me call me crazy. And I take that as a compliment. But sometimes they also take that as a little knife in the heart. For so many years, I was hiding in my dragon cave because I had all these gifts and all these things that I could see and feel, but I knew other people wouldn't get me. So I didn't share about it, and I kept it all inside myself. And I had all this energy and all this love and all these things that I wanted to offer, but I kept them hidden inside of me. Because I knew that coming out of hiding would also mean that some judgment will come up. That people could make fun. That would make me vulnerable. And so I had to become stronger. So when that happens, I would be able to hold myself. And so for all these years, I haven't made any videos in Portuguese. Because I know some people will make fun of me and laugh and they will not get it. And even though I get them, I get that they don't get it. I get that it can be funny. I also get that I'm here to share and that it's time, that I cannot stay hidden forever. This is not the lifetime to stay hidden. And this is why I feel we need to be so strong within ourselves to be able to withstand whatever comes our way. Whether it's love and our tribe who knows us and feels us and sees us, but also people who don't get it. Yes, that's true. That's true. Like you're saying that to not take Instagram so serious because most people use Instagram to make jokes, and that we should just ignore that and continue with our lives and our beliefs. Yes, but again, that's kind of easier said than done sometimes. But again, yeah, so bringing the lightness of the spiritual comedy, of course, that for some people, and thank you for sharing that because that just shifted my energy to like, just let's just laugh a little for a moment and then go back. So again, if for people who don't know what it is, seeing someone do like stuff like this and like activations and like meditations and like and dancing and like stuff like that can be kind of weird. Let's just be honest. It can be kind of weird. It can be kind of very weird. Hey brothers and sisters, welcome, welcome. And so I get that. I get that it can be really funny that I'm like doing some Kundalini energy activation and then you just see people like, and you're like, what is that? And it's kind of funny. Yeah, I get that. I get that that's funny. And at the same time, it's like, it takes a lot of courage to be seen sharing your gifts on social media when you are not able to choose who sees them and who doesn't. Because social media is an open space. And so we need to be able to be strong enough to deal with both energies, with the energy of love and with the energy of judgment. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. You know, give me just a second. You know, like since I got a little bit sick, this dragon fire within me has been activating more and more. Because I'm able to see the paradox. I'm able to see the pain and the comedy of all of it. And at the same time, I stay and stand strong as a pillar of light, sharing my voice for myself and for all my brothers and sisters who have been made fun of for their gifts, who have been called crazy, who have been called delusional, who have stayed alone most of their lives because other people wouldn't get them. Thank you, Sylvia. Let me read what you just said. You know, dear, you know that you stand, what you stand for. We know what we stand for. The people who react like this are not ready to understand this yet. Yes, and that's okay. Not everyone is supposed to. That's the whole point. But that's the difference, that social media, you can choose who you follow, but you cannot choose who follows you. You can choose whose videos you watch, but you cannot choose who watches your videos. And I will go deeper into that in a moment to wrap this up. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so all these synchronicities have been happening in my life. And I literally just posted a YouTube video that is titled, if other people don't believe in you, become a living example of what is possible. Because for people like us, we need to get that not everyone will get us, because that's not their job. But our job is to get that some people won't get us, and that's okay. That's okay. And so, whether people get you or not, your family, your friends, the people you're sharing on social media with, whoever it is, if they don't believe in you, if they don't get you, that's because that's not their job. That's your job. It's your job to get you, and it's your job to believe in you. Thank you, brother. You're sharing that you're curious about Kundalini. So Kundalini is simply, literally our life force energy. It's the energy that breathes into us, that makes us be alive. When we are dead, our Kundalini is like, I was gonna say gone, but gone sounds weird, but like, we are alive because of our Kundalini energy. And the more Kundalini moving through us, the more alive we feel. And there's a lot more to be said about Kundalini, a lot more. Kundalini is also very connected with the dragons. Dragons carry pure Kundalini energy. Having an awakened and activated flowing Kundalini can also be kind of scary because, again, this is correlated to what I was just saying, that it can awaken these gifts and these abilities that seem kind of magical and esoteric, that sometimes we don't always understand. Thank you, Sandra. Who is your friend that shared my video? Let me know. Because again, like, the people who get us, our friends that get us, they just get it. They just get us. We don't need to explain. We don't need to mold. We don't need to hide. They just get us. Even if we are loud and crazy or sad or like whatever we are going through, they get us. We don't need to explain. But it's also okay, and it's just human and natural that other people won't get us. And not just that, but even if we explained and we showed them, they probably would still not get us. Aurelia, okay. Oh my god, like, of course, Aurelia. Oh my god, Aurelia has been, like, only I know how many synchronicities are happening right now in this live. And in my life, especially the last 2 weeks. And Aurelia is a big part of that as well. I won't go too much into detail as to why that is, but she has been a dear sister of mine and a major blessing in my life in many different ways. And we had a really powerful ceremony a few days ago that she invited me to. And also yesterday she blessed me with something that is truly so life-changing that I don't even want to share about it yet. I just want to enjoy it for myself for now. I will share that later, but for now it's just for me to enjoy. But okay, where was I going? So many synchronicities. So yeah, there will be people who get us no matter what we do, and there will be people who don't get us no matter what we do and how much we try to explain. You know, there are people that even if we like there's something else. Like, I also had friends who, for example, didn't believe in Kundalini energy until, like, I was like, okay, can I, like, move your energy? Like, is that okay? Would you like to try it out? And then they say yes, and I do, like, some Kundalini energy on them, and they just start, like, shaking and, like, and I had one friend that once told me, like, Maddie, please stop, it's too much, it's too much, it's too much. And he was for a few hours just like with his eyes like rolling up and his hands like doing these things and his body like shaking from doing just a few minutes of Kundalini. So it's like there are also people who don't get it, but if you show them, they will start getting it, you know. Sandra, you're also having lots of synchronicities with her too. And now she's just in. Hi, Aurelia. I just mentioned you just a few seconds ago. And I was sharing how much of a blessing you have been in my life for a long time, but especially in the last few days. So it's funny that you just joined us because I literally just mentioned you. And Hey. So synchronistic. Like, I'm just sharing all the synchronicities that have been happening. Ah, Sandra. Okay, thank you. Like, we're all connected. It's so funny. Okay, Aurelia, like, just like to give you an idea of what we're talking about today, I'm talking about the witch wounds um, on social media, and how us like having an Instagram or a YouTube or sharing our gifts, our light language, our healing medicine, our art, our music with the world, like social media is like this store that we have that is open to anyone. Anyone can watch our videos, anyone can find us. We can choose who we want to watch, but we cannot choose who watches us. And this means that our energetic field is completely like naked and transparent and open for our soul tribe to find us, but also for other people to find us. And that's why most of people stay hidden in their dragon caves, because it's safer, because it's scary sometimes to be seen, especially for people like us, like sharing light language, sharing energy healing, like being very intuitive or whatever, and having people who can attack us, judge us, or make fun of us. And this is literally the modern day witch wounds on social media and how it plays out. Yes, so that's kind of what I'm talking about. And I was also sharing that there is this aspect of spiritual comedy to it that I get, which is like sometimes you can be like just scrolling on social media and you just find this video of someone like dancing or like doing like these movements and like energy activations and kundalini activations, or like shaking, or like doing like some somatic practice like rah, or something like that. And I get that that can look kind of weird, that can look kind of funny, that can look kind of humorous. I get that. But I like this whole topic because I was kind of sick and like tired and wanting to rest, and then I became aware that a friend of mine that shares her gifts on social media, there was this big channel with people that I actually also like to watch their videos from time to time because they are funny, but they like made fun of her psychic abilities, of their energy, of her energetic gifts. And once that was shown to me, when I saw that, I was feeling like the whole paradox of like, I get that it can be funny for people who don't get it. Like for me telling you like, I see dragons and I talk to dragons, and like, yeah, that can be kind of funny for someone else. Or me saying that I talk with my dog and my dog talks back to me, that can sound kind of funny for people who don't get it. I get that. That can be funny. And there are also these things where pseudo spirituality and new age spirituality and stuff like that like kind of exaggerates, where it's like, I am healing you and stuff like that. Like in a way there's like superficial and, you know, kind of fake or vain or whatever. So I get that, and I get that there's humor in that. But at the same time, like knowing that story, because I know that sister and I know that she truly has gifts, and seeing this big channel make fun of her, I was like, fuck that. Like, fuck that. Like, I get that it can sound funny. I get that it can sound funny for other people who don't get it. But like, I felt for her, you know, I felt for her. And I was like, fuck that. That's exactly why I don't make videos in Portuguese. That's exactly why I know that some of us are not sharing their gifts online. Because it can be too much. It's an open door and you cannot choose who enters that door. It's like I make a video, and as soon as I post a video on social media, it's literally an open door for anyone to find it. Which means that it's literally a portal to our energy fields. And that can be really scary. And that can be very dangerous even, you know, that we are so exposed and it's so easy for people to have access to us. It's just one video away. And so it's easy for our soul tribe to find us. Yeah, Portuguese people are not prepared for that. Like, for real. But at the same time, I have friends who are very connected and sharing in Portuguese. But for me, I'm like, if I start sharing light language and oracle cards and kundalini in Portuguese, I know that at least 80% of my childhood friends and their parents and their friends of their friends will make fun of me because they will not get it. And they will be like, Madalena just got cuckoo. And it takes a lot of courage to show up when other people are projecting that or making fun of us. It takes a lot of bravery, a lot of stomach. It's very brave to be that transparent. To be transparent takes a lot of courage. To show up authentically on social media nowadays, where everyone is kind of fake, where most people are kind of fake, where most people are just using it to consume energy from others, where people make fun of each other, where people gain views from making fun of other people's videos, and that's how they become famous. And again, I get the comedy aspect of it. I get that for people who don't understand it or see it, just seeing someone shaking with their kundalini or like doing energy work or moving their arms can look kind of weird. I get that. But the more like this happens, and when I became aware of this, I was like, no, like I was wondering if I was gonna go live today because I was feeling a little bit sicker and needing to rest and get better. And then all of these synchronicities, like literally the video that I posted on YouTube is called If Others Don't Believe in You, Become a Living Example of What is Possible. If people don't get it, that's not their job. It's your job to get yourself. It's my job for me to get me. It's like, I just remembered something that I heard this teaching from Jesus or whatever that was like, forgive them, Father, for they don't know what they are doing, or something like that, where other people like throwing rocks at Jesus or like hurting him in whatever way, and he was compassionately saying like, forgive them, Father, for they don't know what they are doing. Yes, Sylvia. Yes, I also talked a lot with Nish about this, the witch wound. But I've never shared the witch wound in modern times through social media. This is the first time that I'm talking about it in this way, because it was so alive for me when I heard this story about my friend. And the other thing is like that I know the guys that made fun of her, and I know that they make comedy videos, and I like some of their videos. Like, I laugh with them sometimes. And I saw the whole paradox, and I was like, I need to voice this. I need to voice this. And I need to become a voice for those who don't have one. For those who are still too sensitive. For those who are hiding. For those who need protection. May I be the one showing up. Yeah. Yeah, I know some people said that the few days have been kind of sensitive. Yeah. And yeah, like, so there's a lot that goes into this, right? Like, there's a lot. There's a lot. But like, since I found out that this was called the Year of the Dragon in Chinese is it Chinese astrology? I don't know. But I was like, okay, that's like the perfect excuse for me to get out of my dragon cave and get into the world and like call the other dragons and find the other dragons. And this is what I'm doing. Ah, okay, I didn't know that. Okay, begins on the 6th. Okay. It's on already, like it's happening. That's why I said it's like only like an excuse that I use. Like, okay, it's the year of the dragon. Okay, like this is like my motivation and my excuse to show up even more. And I feel that, yes, oh my God, I thank you so much for sharing, like all of you. I love like being here live with you in a way that I can read your comments and we can connect much deeper than just making a video and posting it. That's kind of so boring for me now. And I'm really getting used to making these videos every single day and to open this space. Oh, actually, I didn't think about that, but like making a live on Instagram is a little bit different than posting a video, in the sense that besides it being like a connection that we're here together talking as I'm recording, it's also different from what I was just sharing about social media being this open space for everyone. Because I think on Instagram it works where only people who follow me already can watch my live, right? I don't think people who don't follow me can find the live. So it's already more cozy, more familiar, more protected. It's safer. And the other, yeah, and maybe I will touch on something that I was sharing before, Aurelia. Yeah, maybe I will share just a little bit before that. This is why I kind of like, I was like feeling into myself, like, what do I want to create this year in my business, on social media? What do I want to share? And I was like, making videos and just looking at a camera by myself, or looking at my black lens for making YouTube videos, because it's even different to make a video on my phone because I can see me. But on my camera for YouTube, I only see the round black lens. And I was like, this is not working for me. Like, this is not flowing. But when I am with you and I can feel you in the space, it just naturally flows that much easier. And my thing is more in person. And so to bring that connection and that community online is already challenging. But to just record a video and post it, it's kind of dead. It's like more dead energy. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but it's different when it's live and when we're here together. And when I was feeling like, what do I want to create this year? What do I want to share on social media? Like, what offers do I want to put up and offer in my business? Like, what do I want to create? The thing that keeps coming to me is like, I want to nurture a community. I want to create and nurture a safe space for us to meet each other and connect as community. Yes, Sandra, exactly. That's kind of what I'm doing. Like now I'm like posting on YouTube these Instagram lives. So I'm kind of already doing that. And then I'm already doing that also where I record on Zoom or StreamYard, and then I post it on YouTube because it's so different. It's so different. And yeah, thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. So I was like, I don't want to just freaking record videos and post them. Like that doesn't excite me or like bring up my creativity. That's kind of boring for me now. Like I want to be in a space with people. I want us to talk with each other and exchange ideas and perspectives and like help each other and support each other and activate each other. So I was like, how do I do this? Because even like, I also love coaching people one-on-one because it's life-changing. Like when you work with someone one-on-one, like coaching or mentorship, I think most of us know this, like our whole life changes, our timelines shift, like it's really powerful when we work one-on-one with someone else. But I was like, there has to be a better way. There has to be a better way where I'm serving people and I'm having fun and I feel like my energy is flowing and super creative at the same time. And then I was like, oh, I want to build a community. Like, I want to build a safe space for us to connect and gather and meet every single week and every single month. And so that desire was like alive within me, but I was like, but how do I do that? What do I create? And then like sometimes like my brain would start like trying to figure it out, and then it's like, no, shh, silence the brain and just connect with my heart and just be present with my intention. My intention is to create and nurture a community of people kind of similar to me, who have gifts, who have abilities, who have a mission, who know they are here for more, who are here of service to others, who are ready to share their gifts and expand their businesses, to upgrade and heal and uplift each other together, to activate each other, to hold space for each other. And all of the sudden, and this is one of the synchronicities, I realized, I don't know how to explain this, you guys, like, it kind of just happens. I don't know how I can possibly explain this, but the community just appeared without me, like, trying to figure out in my brain. I don't know if this makes sense. Like, I had my private coaching services and my online courses and other stuff that I was doing, and then like the community just showed up. I don't know how to explain this, you guys. Like, the infrastructure for the community just showed up, and I was like, oh, all these other things I created were not supposed to be like that. They are supposed to be like this. And I share this a lot, that sometimes we don't need to see the whole staircase. We just need to take the first step. And once we take that first step, the other one is revealed. And once we take that second step, the third one is revealed. And we don't need to see the whole staircase or try to figure it all out with our brains. Because I love my brain, but it doesn't know everything. There are other things that's not its job, you know? And yeah, so like literally by magic, the activation membership just happened. It just happened. I took one step at a time. One day I was like, oh, I feel like creating this ceremony. And I created the ceremony. And then the other day I was like, oh, create this thing. And I created it. Then the other day was like, oh, go live and talk about this. And I did it. And then all of a sudden, I look and I'm like, oh, I just created a community. Like, I just created a safe community space. And that's what I call the activation membership, which is like the brain is overrated. Exactly. There are some things, and can sound so weird, but there are certain things that it's not up to our brain to analyze or try to figure out. It's our hearts, it's our intuition. It's like, it's not even that. It's like a happening. It's like an impulse. Press record, and you do. You have no idea what you're going to talk about, but you just press record. Go live. I don't know what I'm going to talk about when I go live, but I just click go live. And as soon as I do it, it comes. Instead of like, I'm going to make a video about this and I'm going to talk about that and I like plan it all out. Like, no. There's a place for everything. And like, okay, let me bring this back to what I was sharing, that something really Yeah, exactly. My brain had no idea why I followed you yesterday, but my heart knew exactly. Our brain doesn't need to know all of it. It's literally like, oh, this is good. Like our brain, because we talk about that our intelligence is in our brain, but our intelligence is in our brain and in our body and in our hearts. And the brain is just a third of it. It's not all of it, it's a piece of it. And it's like, you know that game, yeah, and you know that game, like, I just remember this game when we were kids where it's like, there were this thing with holes and then there were these shapes and you had to put like the ball in the place that had a circle and the square, the cube in the place that had a square, and you know, like the pyramid in the place that had the triangle. And so it's like our brain is only meant to work on certain aspects of it, and then our body and our hearts are supposed to work the other parts. Wow, okay, you know Sandra even before me. Wow, that's so amazing. And we just find each other in the right moment at the right time by magic, because that's just life. I love that. Okay, so I was sharing that something really special happened yesterday. And I don't want to talk too much about this. Okay, let me read your question. I wanted to ask this. What is the most difficult thing that you have had to face, which was very fearful? Brother, life. Like, what was the most difficult thing that I had to face, which was very fearful? Life itself. Life being a human. Life being a very extremely sensitive, psychic, aware human, where most people around me weren't. And they called me crazy and they called me weird, and I was alone for most of my life. What was the most difficult? All of it, to be honest. All of it. I don't even know. Honestly, all of it. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Jesus. Okay, where was I? Oh, okay. So I don't want to share the whole story about this whatsoever, because it's something very special and dear to me that I want to keep to myself. Okay, wait, questions. Did you ever feel like giving up? If yes, from where did you get the courage? Oh, okay. If I ever felt like giving up, sometimes every day. Not lately at all. Lately it's good. Like for years, I felt like giving up every single day, every single minute, maybe every single second. For years. Especially when I was completely alone by myself. And there was no one who got me. No one at all. I couldn't talk with my family. I couldn't talk with my friends. I couldn't talk with anyone. But then, honestly, I found Instagram and YouTube. And I was like, oh, I'm not the only weirdo who can like feel other people's energies and sense if they have something weird going on, and like that can see their auras and like feel other beings and like feel the earth and like all these other things. Like, and I was like, oh, I'm not the only one. Okay, I'm not the only one. And my life changed again, so many synchronicities, when I met my dragons, when I met Aurelia and so many others of us. And I was like, I'm not the only one speaking these weird languages that I don't know what they are or where they came from. But now I met other dragons, other people who spoke languages, and like my brain didn't understand what the language was, where it was from, what was the translation in English. But like, for example, Aurelia would speak and I would get it, not in my brain, but in my heart, in my soul, in I don't know how to explain this. And sometimes we would have whole conversations with each other in light language. Not in English, in light language. A bunch of us. But I don't want to share too much about that because that will be for another live or another video where I share my dragon story. That's coming, that's coming. I will share like how I first met the dragons and what happened and all of that. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, last year, brother, still in your question of like if I ever felt like giving up and what got me the courage to come back. Last year, I had a lot of challenges. A lot of challenges. And I don't feel like going too deep into that right now. And I've shared already a little bit about that in the first full moon ceremony we did this year, where it was just me and Nicole and Sylvia, and that was a full moon ceremony, but again, not one that my brain could plan, but one that had to be exactly like that. And I shared a lot of my challenges from last year on that full moon ceremony. And it's on my YouTube, and if you want to check that out, it's very vulnerable for me. I share like most difficult things I've experienced. Thank you, Sylvia, for being here and for being there. And if you want to check that out, I can send you the link. It's also on my YouTube channel, but it's a little hidden. It's not in the normal videos, it's on the live videos because it was like streamed live. So it's there if you want to go look for it or just send me a message. But yeah, last year was really challenging. What made me had the courage to come back? The courage is, honestly, I don't know, like, but I have this dragon fire in my heart where it's like, I cannot give up because I cannot leave all my other friends and all my other dragons alone on Earth struggling. I don't know if this makes sense, and it doesn't have to, but like, I was like, I cannot afford to go down so much because I feel my dragons need me and I need to be brave and show up for all of us. And like, that was like the thing that like brought me back to life, where it's like, I know how many of us are misunderstood. I know how many of us have such amazing gifts. And I know how much we are still playing small and hiding because it doesn't feel safe. Especially like with social media. And so let me show up. Let me move through the fire. And if I truly do love dragons, and if I truly am a dragon, then the fire will not kill me. The fire will show me my power. And so, even if I go through the fire and I burn and die over and over again, at least I'm able to rise, even if it takes a long time, but to rise and be here for my brothers and sisters who are also struggling and help them see through the paradox of our existence as humans on Earth right now, and how to navigate all that paradox and all those nuances and all that contrast with all the beauty and all the pain all mixed at the same time, dancing together in this existence that we call life. That fire, the more things were crumbling in my physical reality, that fire almost got extinct, but it didn't. And you know what? It also made me a lot stronger as a human. I became a lot more embodied from all the pain and trauma and suffering I went through these last years and last year. I became stronger, more embodied, more prepared. more able to hold myself and therefore hold other people to a higher capacity. And I know this can sound like a cliche or like whatever, but like, if life was easy, it wouldn't make us strong. We become strong by facing adversity and challenges and pain. And I know this can sound, I know, I get that, but yeah, and resilience. Whew. Okay, that's like my little big answer to your question, brother. And thank you, Sandra. I want to share more about the activation community, of course. So, with all of these things that I shared today, the witch wound on social media and our vulnerability showing up where everyone can see the videos we post. Okay, this is what I was going to share. Okay, so yesterday, Aurelia helped me with something that I've wanted to do since I was a kid. Since I was the tiniest, youngest little me, I've always had this dream that I wanted to do. And I'm not going to share about it right now because I'm sorry, but I want to keep it just for me for now. Just for me. It's just me and me with that. But she helped me with that, and it's so weird because I've tried looking for that thing for so many years in my life, and it felt so out of reach and difficult. And yesterday it was so easy and just so unbelievably easy that, again, it was not a brain thing, but it just happened. And I had such a sacred, like such a deep, sacred, special moment and connection with myself that it was so special that I don't even want to share it. I just want to keep it for me, with me for now. But since that moment happened and I created that thing where it doesn't even feel like I created it, it just happened. I was like, okay, this thing, this is too sacred and intimate for me to just post on social media. So what am I gonna do with this? Because there's this part of me that is like, I just want to share everything. Like, it's like, I just want to share. I just want to put it out there. I just want to, it's like an artist. Like, we have so much creativity that we just need to put it out. It's like, there's this, I never thought about it like this, but it's like, there's all this energy and this creativity that we cannot hold. It's too much. So like, we need to paint, we need to sing, we need to draw, we need to create, And I was like, no, this one is too special. This one is too special to like, just share, to make money from it. It's too sacred to just share like it's nothing, like it's, thank you, Aurelia. You find so much power and nourishment in keeping something sacred for yourself. Exactly. Okay, I'm still feeling into it, that you're saying that sometimes it adds light to our other sharings. Yes, so I'm still feeling into it. If what happened yesterday is supposed to be just for me, just mine, and then let that like fuel other creations that I may create for the public. But I was like, this one cannot just go on my YouTube channel. This cannot just be something like, no, this one is different. This is different. What just happened is different. It feels like there's like a piece of my soul right there. And I'm not gonna put that for sale. or for free, you know, like, yeah. And so I was like, I was wondering if I would put it in the activation community. And I'm still feeling into it, and I'm still not sure. And I will keep it to myself for a while until I'm fully feeling the answer coming from my body and my heart. But what I realize is that, yeah, that's true, like that it activates the field anyway, even when it's just with me. Yeah. Yeah, and that's also true. I will know when I know. That's true, and it's not a brain thing, it's just something that we feel. And that's the thing, it's like light language. So even the light language that I create for myself, even if no one sees it, it's playing in the field. And sometimes when I create, and again, it's weird to even say I create, because when I say I create, it feels like there's this, it's connected with the brain or the ego or the personality, like me create. No, like I just grabbed the pen and it just kind of happened. And I was like, oh, this is kind of something. It doesn't feel like it was me who created it. It just feels like I grabbed the tool and I watched it happen and become alive. It doesn't feel like my ego, my personality, my brain created it. It feels like I literally grabbed the physical tool needed and it happened. That's how all my light language comes through. I can't really think my way into a drawing. Like, oh, I'm gonna draw a light language code for this, or like, no, it doesn't really happen in the brain. Doesn't, at least for me. I just grabbed the pen. That's the most honest thing I can say. I just grabbed the pen. I just grabbed my pen, and it kind of just happens. And like I have like channeled and Sylvia, for example, light codes for Niche and for other friends of mine and sisters for their business and their offerings, and also for mine. And like my brain could almost not fathom. Yeah, exactly, with light codes and light language that you never saw it before, you just feel it. Yeah, you just feel it. It just comes true. It's like, I don't know how I can possibly explain that. And like, I have created light codes and light language art for me and my business and some friends and sisters' business. And like, I just realized that I've never explained this. I've never talked about this publicly. But something really deep and kind of almost weird happens where literally their business and their offerings start changing because and with the light codes. It's like, and like, I don't even like talking about this because it feels too brainy. So it's like with light language, I'm like, I'm not here to explain it too much. The people who will feel it, and those who don't, when I try to explain it with my brain, it's like trying to explain a magic spell and the magic to someone. Like, I cannot explain it. I cannot explain it. Yes, thank you, Sylvia. But like, it's like this technology, it's like this living, breathing thing that when I create it, or when it comes true for my business, the business starts shifting with and because of the light language. And the same for my sisters and my friends for whom I created, and again, I created whatever, these light codes and these light language, like magic starts happening in ways that I'm like, dude, I thought energy work was powerful and quantum medicine was powerful, but light language and like light codes, it's like, I honestly don't know how to explain it, but like things happen. I had friends that were for months or years moving the energy from the light code, like activating it within their fields and their businesses and their websites and all of these things. Like, and if you don't believe in magic, light codes and light language is like the top of woo-woo. But you can't make that shit up. Like, something is actually really happening. Yeah, how do you explain a laugh to someone? How do you explain a sunset? How do you explain Wi-Fi? How do you explain like that I grab my phone and you're on the other side of the world and we can talk to each other? How would you explain that to someone who has never seen a phone? You could not possibly explain that. It's the same with light language. That's exactly it. Whew. So, where was I? So, yeah, yesterday when that thing happened, and like, seriously, Aurelia, like, may the universe bless you in ways that not even I can fathom right now. Because what happened yesterday, it feels like a whole new life, a whole new infinity of possibilities that just opened up from that. There's no way I can ever thank you enough. Like, there's no way. So I hope and I ask the universe to bless you in return. And it was so sacred and so special that I was like, I will either just keep this to myself. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I was like, I will either just keep this to myself. Yeah, for real. Really, for real. I will either just keep this to myself, or the only way I can share this is in the activation community. And for many years, okay, this is so, oh my God, this is all tying together so crazy. I could never make this shit up. Okay, wait, light bulb, another synchronicity. Okay, wait. A few years ago, I started channeling some light codes for my friend Nish. And then I started channeling light codes for my own business. And then I had all these again, literally downloads where I was like, I was seeing the vision of my business, whatever you want to call it, because business also sounds mindy and like ego-y and personality and like muggly, you know? To call it mission, I don't know what to call it. Business, mission, offering, I don't know what to call it, but just in a way that we get what I'm saying, I'm gonna call it business. And I started having all these visions about my business and how it's gonna look like and what's going on and what's supposed to be, and like, but like I could not hold it at that time. My nervous system, my human, it was too much. I could not. Yeah, the legacy of my soul. Yeah, my empire of light. Yeah, exactly. My light legacy. It was too much. I could, because again, this is again the merging of like the very woo-woo, spiritual, esoteric, energetic with the human and the body. And that's why we need to be embodied. And this is why my favorite coaching service right now is the embodied spiritual business. Because my business was very spiritual, but only when I started grounding and being human and embodied, things started shifting. Because before it was like channeling light language and seeing the vision, like, oh my God, all these downloads, but I could not hold it. My nervous system, my body, my physicality, I could not hold it. It was too overwhelming. It was too much. But when I started grounding and taking care of my nervous system, taking care of my body, taking care of me as this personality, as this ego, this human, only then things started happening. And also like the results that my clients started getting, like really started shifting the more embodied I was. So this is why like embodied spiritual business is now my favorite like private coaching and group coaching that I offer. So much so that light language activated for me, Sylvia, I think 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not sure, but when it happened, it was way too overwhelming, and I had, I think, like 5, 6, 10 different different light languages all come through at the same time, and I had no idea what was going on. I just started talking one language and then another language and then another language, and it was way too overwhelming. My human eye couldn't make sense of any of it, and it was way too overwhelming, too much for my nervous system. This is why, and Sylvia, you've been there with me, when I do like the light language activations for others, now I do them differently. I used to do them like very powerful and intense. Now I do them in a way that's very grounded, that's very like physical in the body, like let's chill. We don't need to speak a trillion light languages at the same time. We just need to be embodied, integrate, like chill out, like chill out your nervous system, take care of your body. Otherwise it's too much, and I've been there, and I have many friends who have been there as well, and it's not fun. Trust me, it's not fun when that happens. So let's take it slow. I think I speak like 20 or 30 different light languages, and lately it's been a lot more about grounding than going up into the cosmos and channeling. And you know what? The more I ground, then the more whatever is truly meant to come through in a way that is aligned and safe and nourishing for my body and my nervous system, then it comes. It's very different than just like full on channeling and not being grounded and rooted. So this is why like I'm bringing like all these embodiment and somatic practices and grounding to all my services. Yeah, for you it's now only with your hands that you use light language. Yeah, I started like speaking all these languages and my hands like started moving, sometimes very fast and sometimes like very slowly but very like accurately. Like and I haven't had those ones for a while where it's very like accurate and like precise. I'm not sure what came in first, if it was the movement or the voice. I'm not sure. But it kind of all came through at the same time, and it was like this avalanche, this tsunami of light language and energy that was kind of fun and scary and definitely overwhelming, to the point where all of a sudden it also had to stop so I could ground first, so that it would come back in a more embodied way. Sandra, tell us about how you channeled light language, about your business and how it connects to the community you are creating. Thank you, Sandra. You are so sweet. I love your questions. And I can't wait to then tune into your Instagram deeper. Yeah, thank you. So how I channeled light language in my business. Well, it's great. So I can like create an offering. Create an offering means like, oh, I'm doing my coaching. And then all of a sudden, and this doesn't always happen, and I cannot choose when it happens or not, and it's not me who decides. But sometimes a light language code comes true to help me move. So maybe there's something stagnant or blocked in my energy that is like blocking my creation to be of service and to offer that thing. So I draw something, and then how can I possibly explain this, you guys? How can I possibly explain this? Like, and then the energy starts moving in my field. How can I explain this? It's crazy. So yeah, it's funny. I'm trying to explain it, but like, how can I possibly explain it? Like, it unlocks, it's like doing energy work or like quantum healing sessions. It unblocks energy. And not just unblocks energy, it also activates certain energetics, and it creates like this geometric structure of literally light codes and energetics that, like, imagine a temple. And sometimes like light language and light codes create these pillars of the temple of my business. Okay, that was a good way to explain it. I don't know if you get it, but like I get what I just said. So like imagine my business is like a temple, and maybe it needs a ground because there's no ground. So and then all this light code comes, and then there's a ground that stabilizes and harmonizes all the energetics of the walls and the pillars and the ceiling of my temple, of my business. And then I create light codes for the pillars of my business with different energetics, with different values that are not, it's not me thinking, oh, I want to be authentic, so I'm gonna draw a light code for authenticity. No, it's not like that. It just kind of comes true. Yeah, okay, you get that, good. You get the temple metaphor, architectural background, and I often get visions of a temple from a past life. Yeah, exactly. And so like creating light language and light codes for my business, it's like I am energetically, multidimensionally, okay, that's it. It's like I'm drawing the business in terms of structures, in terms of energetics, in terms of values, in terms of vision, and I'm drawing them multidimensionally in the quantum, while at the same time it's being birthed into physicality because I'm actually physically drawing them, if this makes sense. Sylvia, you know I sing too, right? That's also where it will develop. Received confirmation this week. Wow, how beautiful is that? Yeah, I know you sing. I've listened to your videos. And Sylvia, that's like, we can talk about that later because that's a whole journey. Like singing light language, that's on a whole other level. So I'm so happy and excited for you. We will talk about that later. Like, yeah, it's already so powerful to sing, whether it's in English or just sounds, not even with language. But with light language, oh my freaking God. It's like, that's... Because it's also different to draw light language than it is to sing it. Again, drawing is more physical because you're physically drawing and seeing it come alive. Singing is pure energetic. It's... Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's pure flow. It's not like a physical structure that you can grasp and grab like a drawing. A drawing, like when the drawing is finished, you can see the end product and it's there. And it's a structure that you can grasp and grab. Singing, you cannot grasp it, you cannot grab it. And the point of singing is not the ends when the song is done, like when the drawing is done. It's the becoming, it's the flow itself. It's untamable, ungraspable. You started to tell a story about an overwhelming vision for your business years ago. Did it include a community? Yeah, it did. Of course it did. But again, I could not hold it. It was too much. And this is all so connected. Like if someday in the future I decide to watch this video, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, it's like a spider web of energetics all tying to each other. So synchronistic, it's insane. Yeah. And thank you, Sandra, because you're like, I'm loving your questions and you're like weaving with me in a very beautiful way. And I just want to let you know that I feel that and I'm grateful for that. Thank you. So yeah, it always included a community. But I was like, but how do I make a community out of my light language or out of my coaching or out of my art, or like how? Because I could see some flashes or like a vision, like a picture or a movie, It's like I could see the house, but I didn't know how to build the house. Ooh, that was a good way to explain it. Okay, sometimes I think it's like there's no way I can possibly explain this, but when I just open myself, it just kind of comes true. It's like I have a vision of this temple, but I have no idea how I'm going to build the temple and what comes first. I'm pretty sure the ground comes first, but how? And this is what I've been up to since last year, especially. I've been creating the infrastructure for the building of my business and my community. Meaning I had to create some physical and internet social media structures. And you don't need this. This is what I was called to do, like a website, a membership space, some online courses, some videos, some stuff, like literally infrastructures that for now are only online, but the physical things will also come soon. And oh my God, I literally just shared that right here, right now. Oh my God. Okay. It's coming. And yeah, at the time I was too overwhelmed and ungrounded to figure out what was the next step. How was I going to build this vision of this temple that I could so clearly see, but I had no idea where to begin. I had no idea where to begin. And now, only now, because I'm a lot more grounded, I can see that life was already guiding me through that journey. I could not see it, just as I've been sharing, I could not see the whole staircase, but sure enough, life was guiding me one step at a time, one degree at a time. And so I had that vision, that explosion of vision for my business and the community, because the business is the community is the business. And again, I don't really love the word business because it can sound kind of muggly, but for Legacy of Light, Empire of Light, Mission, whatever, Mission Spaceship. And actually life has been taking me step by step towards creating that. And only now I've actually already created the online community. It's already live and it's already here. And this is the space where I realize that I give a lot of energy for free on social media. But I felt that it was time to create so imagine like social media is like the infinite ocean where I'm just pouring into that infinite ocean and it's just going into all directions. But I felt like I was supposed to create a pool, which is like a closed water container, or a temple that is not open to the whole public. It's not like what I was sharing in the beginning of this video. It's not like social media where everyone can watch every video that I make and I cannot choose who comes in and who doesn't. The community is like this space where I know the people who are in the community feel safe for me and I feel safe for them. So I can dive much, much deeper into any topic, into anything. And so even though I'm pouring a lot of me and a lot of love and a lot of energy into my free social media, like my YouTube, my TikTok, my TikTok is just a copy of my Instagram. I don't really use TikTok, but like I pour a lot of energy in my Instagram and on my YouTube channel. But then I also feel like gathering this tribe and like nurturing this safe space for us to go much deeper. I can go much deeper and I can allow others a safe space for them to go much deeper. And it's not a space where you're just consuming or receiving my content and my energy and my videos, but you can also share yours. And you can be held and activated and nurtured. Not just by me, but by the energetics of the community itself and the space itself, and by each other. And I was wondering, like, what's the name? And it was like, activation. That's so kind of obvious. It's the activation. It's the activation community. And I call it the activation membership because it's a monthly space, right? That we connect every single month. And so it's also like not the same as, because I've done that before, like creating a course or a program that it's there and then you can buy it whenever you want and it's there. No, it's a living library. I call it a this is so beautiful because this is exactly what I saw all those years ago, but I could not grasp it. And I'm just literally now realizing that it's happening. And at that time, I already was calling it, I felt that it was a living library, but I wasn't fully sure what that meant. A living library means that I'm always adding more videos to it. I'm always adding more resources. There's always more being poured into it. It's not like a library that has a certain amount of books that is there and that's it. No, I'm always adding more. So it's literally like my private, I was going to say my private social media. That doesn't sound good. Like because it's not mine, it's ours. But it's like, what I meant was, just as I post videos on social media every single day, I also am also always posting videos inside the activation community. So it's always evolving and it's breathing with me and it's growing with me and it's growing with us and with every member that joins, with every single one of you that comes in. Your energy field and your codes and your architecture brings that to the space, and the space becomes richer and more expanded, and each one of us, it's a library of our own, right? So the more people join, the more libraries inside that one library keep coming into the space. And one of my favorite thing about the activation community and the activation membership is that I can pour in there, because I already pour with so much love here for free on social media, but there I pour with another level of devotion, because it's a closed sacred space just for us. And so I pour in there with a different kind of devotion. And my favorite thing is that not only we have a space for us to meet each other and connect, and we have like weekly and monthly ceremonies, but I also love that because it's a living, breathing library and it's not about me, it's about us. I'm just like the host of the space. It's like I'm just welcome you into the temple. It's like, doesn't even feel like it's my temple. It's just our temple. Imagine it's like you build something. So imagine like the person or the people who built this house where I live in, this is not necessarily their house, but they build it. So it's like kind of like that, if that makes sense. Like I'm kind of built, but even that, it's not true, because I didn't build the space by myself, because you cannot build a community by yourself, meaning that all of us are actually building it. All of us are pillars of light that make the temple the temple. I am one of the pillars of the temple, but each one of us is a pillar of light inside the temple. And when I was saying that the thing that maybe I love the most, besides that we connect every week and every month, is that because it's a thing that we are creating together, it's like I'm always wanting and asking for you to tell me, what videos do you want me to make? What resources do you want me to add? What kinds of meditations or practices do you want me to add? What do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about money? Do you want to talk about like whatever it is? And I can create videos and we can go live and do our ceremonies with that. It's not like just me deciding what the topics are. It's all of us collectively deciding what we want to go deeper into. So this is like my online sanctuary that soon I will bring also into the world. Because soon the activation community will not just be an online space, but it will be traveling the world and meeting each other all around the world. And one day it will also become a physical space. It will also someday become a physical sanctuary, a sustainable, beautiful sanctuary in nature with all the crystals and all the organic amazing technologies for us to heal and activate and upgrade and have fun and dance and feel safe. And soon enough, that's what it will also turn into. But for now, it's an online space. For now, it's an online space. Soon, it will be an online space where I will also travel the world to meet you. And you can travel the world to meet me. And we can do in-person events. And when the time is right, it will be a physical space. It will be a sacred, safe space for us. And of course, that's also one of the things I'm most excited about. And I know it will come in due time. And I know for that to come, the only thing that is required of me is like embodiment, to be embodied and to be of service, to stay open and transparent and available for it to come through. Yes, Sandra, like that's like the ultimate vision. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. And really, oh my God, I want to see that, please. And you know, this vision, I didn't even like try to envision it with my brain. It kind of just came to me. And this is why I keep saying that I will gather the dragons. And if this is the year of the dragon, I will use that as an excuse and as fuel to take action. And this is why I'm every day showing up on social media, even when I've been sick. And I've had so much creativity and energy, even when I'm sick. And I will keep showing up and I will keep unraveling with you. Sylvia, I'm reading your comment. Dear darling, it will be absolutely wonderful to meet in Portugal with a lot of other people like you. Yes, that's all coming. Thank you. It's all coming. And it's all in divine timing. And the only thing I need to do is to keep showing up and keep being of service. Even when I'm scared, even when I don't know what to share, even when I cannot see the whole staircase, I just need to put one step in front of the other. Yes, I love my cat. This is Shanga. I call her the love of my life. So yeah, like, and whatever dreams you have or visions you have for your life, just know that. And this is why the activation community and membership is called activation, because the thing that made the biggest difference in my life was taking action even when I'm scared, taking action even when I cannot see how it will all turn up. I keep seeing the temple too, going to start building it virtually 3D. Maybe we meet in VR first. Exactly. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Sandra. And yes, Sylvia, so many people looking for connection. And like, I've done this online thing for so long by myself. I don't want to do it by myself anymore. I want us to do it together. And I know how difficult it can be to start posting videos and sharing about your gifts and like building a business. I know how freaking difficult that can be. So I'm here to help you with that and to support you with that and to walk with you all along the way so you don't have to do that alone. I'm here to help you build your empires of light, your businesses, your temples. That has always been my my intention, my vision, my passion, my devotion. But I had no idea where to start and how to do that. But guess what? Slowly, it was already happening, and the only thing I needed to do was to be more embodied. This is why in the activation community, the thing that I am and that I will keep repeating all the time is take action even if you cannot see the whole way. Take action even if you're scared, even if you don't know what to say. Post the video, call that person, create the ceremony, do the thing. Even if you cannot see the whole staircase, just take the step that you can see now. Oh my god, seriously, when my cat showed up, a cat hair showed up in your phone, in your real life. Whoa. That's so funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. Like transmitting the cat hairs from energetically now. I have a bunch of them right here. So yeah, like, oh my god, you guys, seriously, like, I was called to do the dragon ceremony a few weeks ago, and all that magic happened. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be here doing this live today. Then I felt like doing a full moon ceremony, and I could feel, you don't have a cat, oh my god. That's crazy. Yeah, and then I felt like doing a full moon ceremony, and I could very clearly, intuitively feel that it was not gonna be a full moon ceremony, and that whatever I would like plan out, that it was gonna go a different way. But the only thing I needed to do was to show up and create the space for the ceremony. And from that, the most unbelievable magic happens. And now today, when I saw that thing with my friends and someone making fun of her, and me getting that it can be fun if you don't really believe that or if you don't get it, but also seeing her magic being, I don't know what the word is, like when someone makes fun of you, ridicularize, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. Someone making fun of her, I was like, I thought my throat was hurting before, my chest was hurting before. I feel so much better now. I'm like ridiculed, exactly. When I saw her being ridiculed, that's a weird word, I was like, no, I have to come live and talk about this. Like, there's all this fire that starts like igniting within me, and I was like, I have to share. And so I think this might be the biggest, like, longest live I've ever done on Instagram. This, and I've been feeling this every single time that I'm coming live. I feel, oh, that was my favorite live ever. And then the next day I make another one. It's like, oh no, that was my favorite one. And for sure, this has been, for sure, without a doubt, this has been my favorite live I've ever done in my life. And it's because you are here, and it's because all of you are here and you're talking with me, and we're connecting, and it's not just me talking by myself. There's like a weaving of collective energies that I'm sharing and you're sharing, and I'm reading your comments and I'm feeling your energy, and then you remind me of something else that I was saying and stuff like that, and you ask me questions and you talk about something else, and that's what makes this the best life ever. It's the collective weaving of energy. So thank you so much for being here. Because now I have a lot of energy, I actually want to go for a walk at the beach with my dog and just enjoy myself a little bit in the sun while it's still sunny here. It's gonna be sunny for just a little bit longer. It was when you first said weaving that the code started to come through me. Oh my god, I really want to see that. I just said it and then I close my eyes and I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to actually seeing it. Wow. Yeah, I also just got not chills, but like something on my chest with weaving. I really don't feel like, I really do feel that I cannot walk your path for you and you cannot walk my path for me. And I know that there are times in our lives where we are supposed to walk alone. But with all of that, I know for sure that right now it's time for us to come together. That's so clear, at least for me. That's so clear for me right now. It gave me inspiration to play a song on the piano. I will record it and send it to you. Oh my god, yes, yes, yes. Please share that with us. Oh my gosh, you also play the piano. Okay. We have to like connect and like also weave some music together, because that's like my next favorite thing right now. Since yesterday, wink wink. Not sharing too much about that, but yeah, like I would love to collaborate on making music. Oh yes, yes, yes. Please share your song on the piano with us, sister. And yeah, like it's so cozy right here that I kind of don't want to leave, but at the same time I do want to walk and be in the sun and look at the sea for just a little bit before it's dark outside. And I feel so full of grace and energy and love from being in this space with all of you. I really will. Like tomorrow is the weekend, so I don't know how that's gonna work for me, but I will keep coming live every single day, at least during the week, with all of you. And it's so special to connect in this way. Oh yes. Oh my god, and you too, Sylvia. Okay, wait. We are all, like, all of us sing or make music. Oh my god, literally. Sylvia sings, Aurelia sings, Sandra, I don't know if you sing, but you play the piano. Aurelia also plays piano and other instruments. I also sing. What's going on? Let's all make music together. Okay, seriously, I'm claiming it. I'm saying it. We're gonna make music together. You also sing, Sandra. Oh my god, that's so amazing. We literally, all of us sing. Like, what a crazy coincidence. Cosmic band coming together, yes. Oh my god, that was so funny. Cosmic band coming together. Oh my god, that was so funny. Cosmic band coming together. I love that. And yeah, thank you, Sandra, for also holding space, because it's not just me holding the space. I feel it literally is all of us. Thank you for being here with me. Yes, for real. It's for real. So true. It's literally encoded in us. Yes. So many of us sing. It's a whole nother type of magic to sing. It's because we talk about energy healing and stuff like that, but sometimes music and art is the greatest healer of all of those modalities. Oh my god, yes, yes, let's all play together. Yes, let's all make music together. Yes, a way to bring the frequencies of new timelines right in, to weave energy together, to, you know what, like, talking about visions, when I started having the visions for my business and my temple and all of that, my temple, our temple, I also saw, like, not just women, but especially women singing, and like, again, I don't know how I can possibly explain this to certain people, but I feel you will get me. Those of us here will get me. I could feel and see like sisters singing And us singing would mean that in a few months or years, buildings will be built out of the songs we sang before. If this makes any sense. Like we would sing the world into existence. We would sing the new cathedrals, the new sanctuaries. We would sing them into existence. But it would take like a few months or years for them to actually happen. But I saw it. Oh my God, Sylvie, yes, please do that. Please do that. Please do that. Come live and sing. I don't know how to say that in English, but in Portuguese is Ave Maria. Yes, I really feel that we sing the worlds into existence. And I know that, again, for some people that can sound so esoteric and so woo-woo. But again, like, and it's not just women, but I really feel like women, like, there's something about us that is so esoteric and energetic, like, beyond brain comprehension. And I really do feel that we do sing worlds into existence. Not that I think about, but I've seen it and I've felt it. Yeah. Yeah, we give birth not just to humans, but to new worlds. Like, for real. Wow. This is like such a sacred space right now. I really feel like almost bad for leaving and for leaving you. But I will come back, if not during the weekend. Sylvie, you mean me or you? You mean me going live tomorrow evening, or you coming live to sing Ave Maria tomorrow evening? Do you mean me or you? But yes, I really appreciate us sharing this space and co-creating this space. It really is a co-creation. And yeah, like also in my business, like, and in my social media shares, I was like, this thing of like recording videos, like 50-second videos or like YouTube videos, looking at a camera by myself is not kind of flowing for me right now. Thank you, Aurelia. Please do share that. Please share that. Thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you. I felt that. Thank you. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I was saying that, yeah, like those kinds of videos were not really making sense for me anymore. It felt like the energy was not there. The energy was like stagnant or not flowing to like record a video by myself. And then also these physical things started happening where the software that I used to edit videos or something like that would not, would like crash, or like my computer would crash or like something like that. And it's like, no, I've always been about being real and authentic and being in person, for real, holding space and being in a space. For now, this means that we're coming live and we're doing ceremonies and we are in the activation community together. And soon enough, we will actually be with each other and we can actually dance. Can you imagine and feel us dancing together, physically dancing together, and drinking cacao and making tea and delicious foods and like playing in nature and holding hands and laughing and crying and telling stories and just being together? It's coming. And if you need any inspiration when you're thinking about taking action towards your dreams, your desires, or something, may that fuel you. May those visions of us in the future fuel your actions today. Yes, Sylvia, on Zoom. Yes. Yes. I love cacao as well. Yes. We will talk, Sylvia. We will talk. Yeah, so this is something that I've been using whenever I feel like, oh, I don't want to make a video, I don't want to go live, I don't want to create that, I'm tired, I'm bored, I'm scared. I allow the vision and the intention of us together laughing and dancing physically to fuel and motivate me into taking action. And this is like I feel this is like the main teaching or the main energetic that I share inside the Activation membership, is to take action by letting your vision fuel your action, by letting these visions of the future, these desires of the future, of wanting a community, of wanting to build a sacred space, of us dancing together and traveling the world and all of that. The main teaching I feel that I share there is like to use that energy from the future, that vision, that desire to fuel our actions today. I use that for literally everything in my life. In like from going to the gym to cleaning my house, to getting out of the house, like to creating something. I use that energy of like us dancing together, traveling the world and building a physical sanctuary. I use that to fuel my actions right now. And I teach that over and over again in the Activation membership, because that has been the greatest source of fuel for the actions that I keep taking consistently. So I share about that a lot. Hey brother, welcome. What do you desire? So I was sharing that I desire to travel the world and meet each other and dance together, which we kind of already did, the two of us, on Boom last year. But my desire is to travel the world and meet different people in different places, to dance together, to try different foods and to see nature in different parts of the world, and to build a sanctuary for a community, to build like a home and also like a living retreat center, and where that is sustainable and full of crystals and the most amazing organic technologies and all kinds of stuff like that, in nature with our fruits and vegetables and gardens and animals and all that stuff, and to have that community space for us to physically come, to heal, to activate, to connect, to love, to dance together. Yes, that's what I desire. And I allow that desire to fuel all of my actions every single day. So that desire fuels me when I'm tired. It fuels me when I'm scared. It fuels me when I'm postponing or delaying or doubting myself. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you asking that and being here. Thank you. You are welcome in the Netherlands. The door is open. I know a nice location. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I am so excited to travel more and to meet all of you and to hug you for real. Yes, Sandra, fuel for the dragon. Literally, it's my fire. It's the fire to my dragon. My desire is the fire to my dragon. Our vision of us in a healing community, in a physical, safe space where people come to activate and heal and dance and eat and connect and meet each other. Yes, that is the fuel for my dragon. Yes. Oh my god, are you serious? I love to facilitate the design. I specialize in sustainable design. Oh my god, yes, we need to talk. Okay, that was like, my brain just exploded. So I studied a little bit of architecture and design in university. And then I had to get out because that was kind of a really bad place to be in. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I'd love to connect with you on that, because I also see that this space will be built by community. And so like people who are good with gardens will help with the garden. People who are good with the technologies will bring in the technologies. People who are good with the architecture and the sustainability of it will bring that in. Yeah, I see that. There are very nice power spots around here and beautiful nature. Yes, in the Netherlands, Sylvia. Yes. Thank you. I've been doing sustainable design since... Whoa. Yes, Sandra, please, we need to connect. We need to connect about music, and we need to connect about sustainable design for sure. And that's like my passion with architecture and design was that, which got completely lost when I was at university. And honestly, it came back for me once I started seeing some things that other sisters and brothers were creating. And also when I started seeing some AI drawings. And I was like, oh my God, I want to create that. Like, I want to build that. Like, with plants everywhere and like open space and like sustainable and like beautiful mixed with nature and like with crystals and copper and like technology and stuff like that mixed. Oh my God, yeah. I'd love to see the images that inspire you. Yeah, we can connect, and I can share that with you for sure. Yeah, I wanted to figure out how to grow buildings. Oh my god, and having like plants everywhere and like and for me, like, it has to be like, I always envision like my future homes and future community spaces like with lots of like glass, like that you can see the nature, the exterior. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm loving this so much. My loves, we are so cozy and yummy here. Like, it's almost the sunset here and I really want to go to the beach for a moment and just be in nature and walk with my dog and just feel it all and just integrate and bask into all the magic that we just created here. Bring nature inwards. Yes, like being surrounded by nature and also having lots of plants and nature inside the house. Yes, for sure. Yes, for sure. Oh my god, Aurelia, for sure. Water and cavey parts and like, oh my god, okay, wait. And like that the shape of it is not like squared and like, you know, like most houses. No, that it's like round, like that there are all these different like how do you say, like shapes and parts, like and like caves and stuff like that. Like, I love that so freaking much. And like water in the middle of the room, like with plants around and like a huge window that you can see more plants outside, like where you can watch the sunset. And like, I love like all these different like spaces to sit and to dance and like literally like the opposite of most houses where it's like squared and like very normal. And like, I love like that every single bit of it looks like, even in one room that has like parts where the ceiling is higher and the ceiling is lower, and that it's not like straight lines but like curves, you know, and plants coming out of the ceiling and like water and like and like in one room you have like all these different places for people to chill and like to hang out that look so different, like where you like literally feel what vibe you are feeling and you stay in certain parts of the room. I love that so much. Oh, thank you everyone so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, brother, and thank you, sisters. Yes, organic and natural spaces, and then like crystal grids everywhere, and like copper and crystals inside the walls and under the house, and like all these things. Like, oh, you'd love the book The Thermal Delight of Architecture. Okay, Sandra, please, we need to talk. Reach out to me through DMs or some way. We need to talk, we need to connect. Please repeat that in my DM so I can remember after my walk. And yeah, let's stay connected. And my loves, I'm not sure if I will be able to come live tomorrow or Sunday, but if I can make it, I will let you know, and I will post it a few seconds or minutes before. Otherwise, for sure, you will see me Monday. And have amazing Earthship templates, almost like what we described. Okay. Oh my god. Wait, can you all send me that? Because I don't know, like, when I post this, I don't know if your comments stay in the comments or if it's only comments that people share afterwards. I'm not sure if these comments show up. So please, Aurelia, also share that with me so I can check that out. And yeah, and then domes and like, oh yes, like all the magic. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, that literally gives me so much energy, like to see sustainable, beautiful architecture like that. That gives me life. Yeah. Oh, my loves. Okay, it's getting darker. I'm gonna go to enjoy the sunset, and I'm sending you all so much love, sisters and brothers, like with so much honor and grace and reverence for each one of us, for being a pillar that is co-creating this space right here, right now. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your energy and all your shares. I really want to connect with all of you deeper, so please send me a message and let's keep connecting and make music and see all the architecture magic and all of that. And yeah, I'm really grateful for you being here. Like, this was my favorite live of my whole life. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to join us inside the activation community, also send me a message and let me know, and I will send you the details. And yeah, that way we can like gather on Zoom or on StreamYard, like, and actually talk and do ceremonies and stuff like that. That will be epic, and we can also collaborate on some epic projects. So thank you so much. This was like the most lovely sacred space. Like, thank you so much. I feel so nurtured from being here with you. Thank you so much, sisters and brothers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all so much, and I'm really excited for us to start collaborating and making music and doing all of that together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sending you so many blessings and so much love.